Welcome to our video on where to mail your concurrent I-130 and I-485 marriage-based green card package when spouses live in different states. In the next several minutes, we will break down the definitive rule, common mistakes to avoid, how to assemble your package, and how to handle the red flags that arise when spouses have separate residences. We will also include a practical evidence roadmap, a mailing flowchart, and quick quizzes to help you remember the essentials. Here's the plan. First, we introduce the dilemma and the definitive rule. Next, we explain beneficiary-driven jurisdiction and where to mail. Then, we cover why splitting filings is risky. After that, we outline an evidence strategy for couples living apart. We also walk through the step-by-step assembly and mailing process. Later, we discuss timelines after intake. Finally, we finish with quick quizzes and a concise summary. Before we begin, a disclaimer. This video is for educational purposes only and does not constitute legal advice. Immigration rules and mailing addresses can change. Always verify the current USCIS filing addresses on the official USCIS website immediately before you mail. If you have complex facts or prior immigration history, consult a qualified immigration attorney. Let's set the scene. The U.S. citizen or permanent resident petitioner may live in one state while the beneficiary spouse lives in another. This happens for many legitimate reasons such as employment contracts, educational programs, military duties, or caregiving responsibilities. The question that immediately arises is which USCIS lockbox to use for a concurrent I-130 and I-485 filing when the addresses don't match. Here is the definitive rule for concurrent filing. When you send an I-130 and I-485 together, jurisdiction is driven by the I-485. Therefore, the entire package must be mailed to the lockbox address designated for the beneficiary's current physical residence. Doing so ensures that the I-485 is processed by the correct service center and that the local field office interview, if required, is scheduled based on the beneficiary's location. Keep the entire bundle together: petition, application, affidavits of support, fees, and evidence, so USCIS links the filings correctly. Let's go step by step. First, confirm that the beneficiary is eligible to adjust status in the United States. Next, verify the current USCIS lockbox for the beneficiary's state on the USCIS website. Then, prepare the core forms together: I-130, I-130A, I-485, and I-864. You may include I-765 and I-131 if you want work and travel authorization. Place Form G-1145 at the front for electronic notification. Include the proper filing fees either by check, money order, or with Form G-1450 for credit card payment. Add identity, status, and relationship evidence such as passports, I-94, birth and marriage certificates, and proof of lawful entry. Consider including the sealed I-693 medical, or be prepared to bring it to the interview, if not filed initially. Organize the packet with labeled tabs and a clear cover letter and table of contents. Use a trackable courier, and always scan and save a complete copy before mailing. Finally, mail to the lockbox, designated for the beneficiary's current physical address. Here is a concise checklist. Include the core forms I-130, I-130A, I-485, and I-864. Plus optional I-765 and I-131. Add Form G-1145 for e-notification and the proper filing fees, or G-1450 for credit card payment. Provide identity and status documents such as passports, I-94, and civil documents with certified translations if necessary. Include relationship proof, and prioritize strong shared life evidence like joint bank statements, leases, insurance, and taxes, which are especially important when spouses live apart. Consider submitting the sealed I-693 medical exam or plan to bring it later. Use a cover letter, tabs, and a table of contents to organize. Finally, confirm you are using the beneficiary's lockbox address from the USCIS website. Avoid splitting a concurrent filing between online and paper. Do not file the I-130 online and then mail the I-485 separately if you intend to file concurrently. Keep every component in the same package so USCIS can properly link the petition and application upon intake. Splitting submissions increases the risk of misrouting, delays, requests for evidence, and potential loss of concurrent status, all of which can complicate or jeopardize the case. Let's compare approaches. With a concurrent package, everything is mailed together. Forms I-130, I-130A, I-485, I-864, and supporting evidence to the lockbox designated for the beneficiary's current residence. This promotes accurate intake and proper case linking, preserving concurrent filing benefits. By contrast, a split or hybrid approach, such as filing the I-130 online while mailing the I-485, introduces misrouting and delay risks, and can trigger requests for evidence simply to connect the files, potentially undermining the concurrent filing strategy. Now, about dual residences. Living apart does not disqualify a marriage-based application, but it does raise red flags for adjudicators who expect spouses to share a household. You must proactively document the bona fide nature of the marriage and provide a clear, temporary, and compelling reason for the separation, such as a specific job contract, military service, educational requirements, or caregiving duties. Here's a practical evidence strategy. First, explain the separation clearly in a short letter that outlines the specific reason, the expected end date, and a concrete plan to live together. Second, prove financial interdependence with joint accounts, shared credit cards, leases or mortgages, joint insurance, and tax filings. Third, show how you maintain a daily life together despite distance by including travel itineraries, tickets, visit logs, call logs, messages, and mailed items between you. Fourth, document future plans with offer letters for the new location, lease start dates, moving quotes, school enrollment, and draft change of address confirmations. Fifth, add community and family recognition through affidavits, joint memberships, beneficiary designations, and context-rich photos. This mind map organizes the strongest categories of evidence for couples living apart. At the center is a bona fide marriage. One branch is the separation explanation, including the reason, an expected end date, and a concrete move-in plan. Another branch covers financial interdependence, such as joint banking, housing, insurance, taxes, and shared debts. The daily life together branch shows how the couple maintains an ongoing relationship through travel logs, communications, photos, and mail receipts. Future plans document the path to cohabitation, including offer letters, lease start dates, moving quotes, and school enrollment. Finally, community recognition includes affidavits, memberships, and beneficiary designations to show the relationship is known and acknowledged. This timeline shows typical stages after mailing the concurrent package. On day 0, you mail to the beneficiary's lockbox. Within the first 2 weeks, the lockbox receives the package, takes payment, and issues receipt notices. Over the next 2 months, you generally receive and complete biometrics. If you applied for work and travel authorization, adjudication can occur between several months depending on workload. The adjustment case may then be transferred or placed in line for interview scheduling at the local field office near the beneficiary. Finally, you attend the interview and receive a decision or a request for additional evidence. Quiz time. For a concurrent I-130 and I-485 filing, where spouses live in different states, which USCIS lockbox should you use? Option A, the petitioner's state. Option B, the beneficiary's current physical residence. Option C, any lockbox. USCIS will forward it. Option D, the state where you plan to live together later. You may pause the video now to think about the answer. We will discuss the answer in the next section of the video. The correct answer is the beneficiary's current physical residence. In a concurrent filing, the I-485 controls jurisdiction, and therefore the entire package must be routed based on the beneficiary's location. In most concurrent scenarios, you should not split. Doing so increases the chance that USCIS will not link the filings promptly, which can trigger requests for evidence or delays. If you have already split, include explicit cross-references and attach copies of receipts to guide USCIS to link the records. But understand this is a workaround rather than a best practice. Second quiz. Which piece of evidence is most persuasive to offset red flags when spouses live apart? Option A, lots of selfies together. Option B, a detailed letter explaining a temporary separation reason with an end date and a concrete move-in plan, plus joint financial documents. Option C, random text messages without context. Option D, a promise to move in together someday. You may pause the video now to think about the answer. We will cover the answer in the next section. The best answer is the detailed letter with a temporary separation reason, a clear end date, and a concrete move-in plan, supported by joint financial documents. This combination provides both narrative and objective proof, which carries the most weight with adjudicators. This flowchart answers the core question. If you are filing I-130 and I-485 together, you select the USCIS Lockbox based on the beneficiary's current physical residence and mail the entire package as one. This ensures proper routing and interview scheduling based on the beneficiary's location. If you are filing the I-130 alone, you follow petitioner-based I-130 instructions. A warning note reminds you not to split concurrent filings across online and paper. A few risk reduction tips. Create a clear cover letter that references all included forms and reiterates the beneficiary's address. Use tabs labeled by form and evidence category to make it easy for intake and adjudicators. Include both spouses, names, and any A numbers on exhibit headers or footers. Track delivery and keep a complete digital scan. Finally, re-verify the USCIS direct filing addresses on the day you ship to avoid outdated instructions. Here are the key points. First, the I-485 controls jurisdiction for concurrent filings, so follow the beneficiary's physical address for the lockbox. Second, do not split a concurrent filing. Keep all forms and evidence together. Third, living apart is permissible but attracts scrutiny, so you must provide an explanation and demonstrate genuine financial interdependence. Fourth, present a well-organized packet and always verify addresses before mailing. To wrap up, confirm that the beneficiary is eligible to adjust status in the United States. Build one comprehensive concurrent package and mail it to the lockbox designated for the beneficiary's current residence. If you live apart, over-document the bona fides of your marriage. Track delivery, save a complete scan, and watch for receipt notices. Then, prepare for biometrics and a possible interview at the local field office near the beneficiary. Thanks for watching. If this video helped, please like, share, and subscribe for more practical immigration explainers. We want to hear from you. What's your biggest question about mailing concurrent filings when spouses live apart? Share your thoughts in the comments.